1 naira.
In 1973,
it was also the same. 0.658, not even up to 1 naira. In 1974, $1 was equal to 0.63, not even up to 1 naira. In 1975, $1 was equal to 0.61, not still up to 1 naira. In 1976, the revolution $1 was equal to 0.62 kobo, not even up to 1 naira. In 1977, $1 was equal to 1 naira. In 1977, $1 was equal to 0.64 kobo, $1 was equal to 0. In 1978, not even up to $1 was equal to 0.60 kobo. Shehu Shagari took power. $1 was equal to 0.59. Shehu Shagari took power. In 1980, was equal to 0.59 naira. In 1981, $1 was equal to 0.55, not still up to 1 naira. In 1981, $1 was equal to 0.69, not still up to 1 naira. In 1982, $1 was equal to 0.69. $1 was equal to 0.72. General Muhammad Buhari took power as the military head of state in Nigeria. $1 was equal to 0.72 naira, not up to 1 naira. In 1984, $1 was equal to 0.76. $1 was equal to 0.89. In 1985, General Ibrahim Babangida took power as the military head of state. $1 was equal to 2 naira 2 kobo. In 1987, $1 was equal to 4 naira 2 kobo. In 1986, there was a difference. $1 was equal to 4 naira 54 kobo. It was in 1987, $1 was equal to 7 naira 2 kobo. In 1990, $1 was equal to 7 naira 39 kobo. In 1991, $1 was equal to 8 naira $1 was equal to 7 naira 39 kobo. $1 inflated to $1 was equal to 7 naira 39 kobo. In 1991, $1 was equal to 8 naira 4 kobo. In 1992, $1 inflated to 9 naira 91 kobo. In 1993, there was a change of government when General Sani Abacha took power as the military head of state. $1 was equal to 21 naira 94 naira 58 kobo. $1 was equal to 56 naira 80 kobo. In 1995, $1 was equal to 71 naira 1998 70 kobo. In 1996, $1 was equal to 84 naira 78 kobo. In 1999, Olusegun Obasanjo took power again. $1 the time of democracy. $1 was equal to in 1998. In year 2000, $1 was equal to 2001. In 1999, Olusegun Obasanjo was equal to power again 13 naira. In year 2003, $1 was equal to 127 naira. In year 2019 naira, $1 was equal to 113 naira. $1 was equal to 105 naira. In year 2001, in 2006, $1 was equal to 131 naira. $1 was equal to in the year 2013 naira. In year 2003, $1 was equal to 137 naira. In year 2004, $1 was equal to 105 naira. In 2008, $1 decreased to 120 naira. In 2009, $1 was equal to 171 naira. In 2010, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan made the president of Nigeria. $1 was equal to 154 naira. Federal Republic of Nigeria. In 2011, $1 was equal to 125 naira. In 2012, $1 was equal to 161 naira. In 2013, $1 was equal to 162 increased to 171 naira. $1 was equal to 199 naira. In 2015, Mohammed Buhari took power as the president of the Republic of Nigeria. $1 was equal to 300 naira. In 2016, $1 was equal to 485 naira. In 2012, $1 was equal to 161 naira. In 2013, $1 was equal to 360 naira. In 2019, $1 was equal to 305 naira. In 2020, $1 was equal to 361 Mohammed Buhari took power as the president of the Republic of Nigeria. $1 was equal to 300 naira. $1 was equal to 416 naira. $1 was equal to 489 naira. In 2017, in the year 2024, Bola Ahmed Tinubu took power as the president of the Republic of Nigeria. $1 skyrocketed from 416 $1 was equal to 305 naira. In 2020, in 2025, $1 became $1 is equal to 500 $1 was equal to 399 naira. In 2022, became 1,640 naira. Same 2025.
But they call Nigeria a zoo. Who feeds the animals in this zoo? People are starving to death.
Literally. I'm not talking figuratively. People are starving to death in Nigeria. A government is administering the starvation of people in IDP camps. Nigerians are dying in droves in the plateau, in the Benue trough. All over Nigeria, Nigerians are being killed by terrorists, quote and unquote. But these are almost, it is not out of place to call the persons being called terrorists direct employees of the Nigerian state. We have heard somebody like Asari Dokubo coming out to tell us that he worked for the Nigerian state and is licensed to bear the kind of arms that his boys bear. What kind of state is that? And you still don't believe that? Look, Nigeria is not a zoo, please. One of the first things that you must take for granted is that when any of the animals in the zoo falls ill, they get treated. They get treated. Look, don't take my word for it. Google it. Dr. Poe. Dr. Poe merely runs a veterinary clinic. His veterinary clinic, you will find him on National Geo Wild. His veterinary clinic is better appointed than any of the teaching hospitals in Nigeria. Better appointed not only in terms of equipment, but in terms of personnel. Almost every fantastic Nigerian medical personnel has fled Nigeria. But our people continue to pretend and tell themselves Nigeria is a zoo. It's not a zoo. A zoo is better than this. If a zookeeper should treat a zoo the way I've been treated and the way Nigeria has been treated, he will be in jail. If you will keep animals, you are under a duty to keep the animal not only in a good environment, in a humane. Do you hear that? Humane. Nigerians are not even treated humanely or governed humanely. If you are treating people humanely, what happened to that lady in Ibom here? Would it have happened? Would Ibom here have happened if you treat people humanely? And that happens routinely every day. You see soldiers routinely dehumanizing Nigerians, having them roll inside water because they are hyper or because they are this. All you have to do to be able to unleash that kind of madness on the Nigerian is to find a convenient label. That person is a Shia. So because he's a Shia, he suddenly had his humanity taken away from him. It's not enough that he's a Muslim. It's not enough that he's a human being. It's not enough. He's a Shia, and that legitimizes every evil against him. Oh, he's an Igbo man, so he must be IPOB. That legitimizes the madness. Oh, he's one of those who do a Republic people. Shoot him. That's why you could go into Sunday Igbo's house and kill people in his house and pound him into exile. That's why you could carry Nnamdi Kanu and put him in a jail. The same state that is de-radicalizing murderers and terrorists. Where does it find the legitimacy or the moral authority to label anybody a terrorist after it has found the space to mollycoddle all manner of terrorists, even elevating one, the life of Pantami, into government? Where is the basis for the legitimacy of a state that routinely mollycoddles terrorists? I'm not going to speak to the merit or otherwise of his arrest, but how do you explain the fact that this person has been in jail for God knows how many years now? The same state that is de-radicalizing terrorists and absorbing them into the army, and so you call that one a zoo. Nigeria is not a zoo. The sooner we wrap our brains around this, the better. A zoo cannot function the way this madness is functioning. They would have shut it down in any country in the world.